Alright guys, down here at the Capistrano Beach, I got the Rad Power bike on the left, and I got the Lectric Experience XP 2.0, which is Lectric, not electric, but Lectric. For a few months, more than this one. I think I got about 4 months ago, and this one about maybe 5-6 months ago. Been riding both of them, so I'm down here at the beach, tell you what I like about this one and what I like about that one, and what I don't like about that one, and what I don't like about this. Most of these options on these bikes come with every electric bike. There are differences obviously in what you see, differences in the, excuse me for the train noise there, differences in the options, the speeds, the distance, the battery life, the motors, different things. This is a Rad Power bike. Rad Power's got different seats. This has got different seats, different extras that come with the bike. Like this rack came with the Lectric. This extra seat right here comes with the Rad Runner, obviously, and you have the little pegs right here you can put down so that you can ride a couple of kids on the back or a child. I wouldn't recommend anything more than 100 pounds back there, because it does kind of put a little pressure on the motor. On the electric bike, same thing. Both of them I don't think are meant for carrying passengers. Smaller child, that'd be about it. The electric bike itself has been very good to me. They got a couple of challenges with it. I have the motor challenge, which I contacted support for. When I go up a hill or when I move this thing in pedal assist number 3 or 4, it starts, the motor starts whining. I'll put a little video on the top. I had to adjust a couple times when I first got them in, but they seem to be working pretty good right now. The brakes on the Rad Power bikes and itself are exceptionally good. I think they're better than the brakes that I have on this electric here, so it seems to be built a little better. The Rad Power bike is built firmer. When I'm riding it, I feel more comfortable bike wise, not the actual comfort ride. A little bit more in the comfort. The bike is built better. The Rad Power bike is built better than this electric bike, this Lectric bike. The frame is more solid on the Rad than I think the XP Lectric. Like I said, the motor seems to be both kind of the same. When I go uphill with the Rad Power, you get no power at all, I don't think. I've gone uphill on this thing, even in pedal 4 and 5, and I don't get any, sorry about that background noise, I don't get any power, barely making it up the road. Electric, same thing. When it's in 4 or 5, I can get up the hill, but it's when you first, on any of these electric bikes, when you're in full power, the battery's in full power, you can pretty much go everywhere in 4 or 5. But when it gets down to halfway, the motor loses, the battery gets lower, and you get a little less support getting up hills and those type of things. But when you have, all right, this is the Rad, this is the display that you have right here, and this is how you control the pedal assist up and down, and you turn the power on. Press the mode button, and obviously you can see the power come on. Then you have the little arrows here, 1 down to 0. See this little right here, pedal assist, APAS. Boom, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power, standard, economy, that's 0. Best thing, if you're on a flat surface, 1 and 2 is obviously. I'm not going to go over all that stuff. I'm just going to give you the yeses and nos about the bikes, because we already did videos on the on both of these bikes, and there's tons of videos out there right now. They're going to tell you about the display and what it is, but I'm just going to be a nice short video about which one I like and which one I don't like, because when people are looking these things up, that's what they want to know. They don't want to know that you can change the odometer speed, you can change the you know, the power on it, and that stuff you learn when you get the bike. The most important thing to know about this bikes are the easiness of handling it, and that's what this is right here. You turn the power on, turn the power off, power on, right? Pedal assist right here. This tells you that there's 5 bars left in the battery. The odometer is right there, and the miles per hour. All these bikes go about 20 miles an hour. Some go more than 28, some don't go more than 28. My electric I have set to go 28 miles an hour, and then I have this one set to the same thing. And this is pedal assist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need more than, if you're going like on a nice bike path like this area here is in Capistrano Beach, just leave it on 1 or 2. I leave this on 1 because it helps me pedal and I get a little exercise riding the bike. I'll put this on 1 and I'll put my electric on 1 because it helps. Like I said, it gives me exercise. When I ride these bikes, you know, I go probably 20 miles a day from here to the piers, about 12 miles, and I do it because I want to get some exercise. I don't do it just to, you know, the electric bike is nice to have when you're, you know, you're going a long distance. Gives you a little break once in a while if you need to use it. But let's go ahead and give this one a shot. I just got this GoPro, so hopefully the video comes out okay on it. But as you can see, I'm in pedal assist 1. I'm going to put it on 1. I'm going to leave it on 1, and I'm going to go ahead and take off here. When these things are in pedal assist 1 or 2, oops. I always leave the kickstand down. These things are really nice. It's in 1 right now. It gives you a little bit of support when you're driving. I mean, it doesn't give you a lot, but it does give you, so it gives you the opportunity to get some exercise when you're pedaling. It's a very comfortable ride. The only thing that I would suggest on this Rad Powers is this terrible seat that they come with. There's like a little piece of brick that you're sitting on. I would suggest those gel seats. I have a gel seat on my electric. I'll show you in a little bit. But this thing rides pretty nice. I mean, it's firm. One thing I do like is the shocks on the Rad are totally heads up over the shocks that come with the Lectric Experience 2.0. Shocks on Electric 2.0, they rattle, they make a lot of noise, and it's nothing compared to the comfort that's on this Rad Power. See, I'm in 1 right now. I'll go ahead and hit a couple of PASs up, paddle assist up, show you. I'm pedaling the same amount, slowly pedaling, and you can see obviously the more you go up, the faster you're gonna go. And I'm barely pedaling. I mean, you can pedal faster to get the speed up. See, I'm going 20 miles an hour, and that's not the good to go on these things right here. So that's how nice. And this thing rides very nice. The shocks on this Rad, oh, it's really nice. I need to get me one of those speaker buffer little muffy dinky things that you put on your collar so that you can get the voice down a little bit. But this thing handles a lot better than the Lectric, and I'm just being heads up. Remember, I don't get paid to do these videos from the companies. I didn't get the bikes from the companies. I bought an E-Lux. You guys know the story on that one if you follow my channel. Check out my video on the E-Lux too. I love the E-Lux. I had a really good time with the E-Lux. Go back down to 1. The Rad Power is really nice. This is a nice, comfortable ride. Once I change that seat on this thing, it's going to be 50% better, especially when you're going long distances. The seat that's on here, like I said, same as the other seat, but this seat's like really crazy. The brakes on this thing are awesome. The brakes are great on this thing. All right, let's get on the Lectric 2.0 Experience XP 2.0. You know, obviously you got the shocks. The shocks are not as good as the shocks on the Rad. The Rads are over 100% better than these that come on here. Even when I turn this thing on and off, I can barely tell if the shocks are even on. It rattles and makes a little noise. The light on the Experience Lectric is nothing compared to the light that's on this Rad. Matter of fact, the lights are on. I don't know how you turn this thing off. I guess you go mode and they're off. Yep, they're off. Remember, I'm not going to go over the really technical details of the motors. They're both 500 motors. They both have the same motor. They have the same options. It's just a different bike, a completely different bike. The most important things that people want to know is how does it ride, how far it goes, and how long does the battery last. Like I said, I can take this thing 25, 30 miles on a flat surface, 1 and 2 pedal assist, and I have no problems. But if you're in 4 or 5 on this thing, you're not going to get more than 15 miles on this. I don't know what the sign says, but that's what I got, I should say. Shouldn't say what you get, who knows, but I'm telling you what I've been getting. And I've been riding these bikes for a while, so let's take this Lectric for a ride. Remember, it's Lectric, L-E-C-T-R-I-C, not electric. And I like the display on the Lectric compared to the one in the Rad. This is how you turn it on. You just press the power, and it comes on right there. One thing about this, you know, I don't even know, I'll have to look on it, but I don't think the Rad has cruise. This thing has cruise. The Lectric, it's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, this bike cost me $999. That bike cost me almost $2,000. I think it was like $1,700, $1,800. Between these two, and I'll go. Let me take this Lectric for a ride, and then we'll talk about it. See, the shocks are on this thing. They kind of jump back and forth a little bit, but let's put this in pedal assist 1, 2. Let's put it in 2. When you have these bikes in pedal assist 1 and 2, each one of the same thing on the throttle. The throttle is here, and on the Rad, the throttle's in the same thing. I have this thing set so that when this thing is in 0, the throttle's nothing. Because these things can be pretty dangerous if you hit your hand, because your hand is right by the throttle, and so you might hit it like this by mistake, and all of a sudden this bike will come out from under you and run into the wall or run into whoever's in front of you. So never put this thing on. I do have it set so that when it's in pedal assist number 1, you can do the throttle. You see it goes up a little bit. But I have one thing good about the Lectric. You can put this thing, you have like 12, 13 different settings on this thing. I set this Lectric, and like I said, I'm not going to go into the technical part of it. I set this Lectric so that when it's in 1 or 2, you can use the throttle. Because a lot of times if you're uphill or you're on a slope and you're stopped, these bikes are heavy, and the only way to get going, even the pedal assist, if I have this in 2 or 3, even the pedal assist, when you press, you got to, you know, kind of push the bike with your foot, get kind of like a Fred Flintstone kickstart going. But with the throttle in 1 or 2, it helps you to, what I do is I only use it to get going. I just see, I'll get going now, and now I'm pedaling with this. This thing runs nice, don't get me wrong. 1 and 2, power is the same as the, I think, as the Rad. Now I'll put it in 2, and I'll put it in 3, 4, 5. See, they're all the same. I'm getting up to 20 with 5, with barely pedaling like I normally do. This thing goes a little quicker. And I'll go back down to 2, leave it on 1, and I'll just pedal. They're all very comfortable. I mean, the bikes do the thing. The handlebars on both bikes you can go up and down with. The handlebars on both bikes you can shift it, go this way or this way. I have the bike handlebars up comfortably where my arms are totally extended perfectly, and the level of my body, so that I'm not leaning. You'll notice I'm not leaning on my arms, so that after a while of riding, your arms and your shoulders get tired. This thing just perfect leveled right now. So, and I'm in 1, so you can see I'm pedaling pretty good, and it barely goes. So these things are not made for, you cannot, put it this way, if you lose power on these bikes, you better hope that you're on a little decline or a flat surface, because you're not going to be able to pedal these things very far. So watch, when I go to 0 on this, I totally lost any power in the motor. I could barely pedal. But don't get me wrong, each one of these things have the Shimano 7-speed settings. So right now you can see I'm in 3. I can put this back up to 4, 5, 6. You can see that it's hard. I can barely pedal this thing. It's like trying to pedal a car. But then you can bring it down, which you should do if you're going to be in 0, obviously, or even in 1. Bring it down to 1. It makes it easy for you to pedal. See, I'm pedaling and I'm going basically 0.5 miles an hour really hard. Watch when I put this thing in 1. See, I can get going. You can get going a little further. I got the speed in 1, the shifters in 1, and the PAS 1 on a flat surface. It's great. I mean, you're not going anywhere. You're pedaling. Even with a regular bike's gonna come right past you. Well, there you go, guys. You got the Rad power bike. You have the Lectric, Lectric Experience XP 2.0. And there you go. That's what I think. I mean, I'm gonna do a couple of interviews. I like to run into people that have these bikes and ask them what their best part about the bike that they like. And like I mentioned, I think I mentioned it before, I love each one of them has a 7-speed Shimano. They use the same Shimano shifters, 7-speed shifters on the Rads and on the Lectric. The display is different on the Lectric. I like this display because you can adjust the font on this to be bigger font, less font. And this one right here, this is the options to, who knows how to turn this thing on and off. Like I said, I don't know the technical things of it. There's so many YouTube videos out on these things if you want to know how to shift, make the font less on this screen, or you want to you can turn the throttle off on these bikes. I don't know about the Rad, but on the Lectric you can do that. And that's about it. There you go, guys. Lectric and the Rad Power. I like the Lectric and I like the Rad Power, and they have their own different things. Right now I'm riding around on the Lectric. It's very comfortable. Oh, this is the seat that I'm talking about. Get it right here, guys. The reactive gel. It's the surface deep groove design. The gel, the reactive gel. Now the shaft on this seat right here, I was telling you, this seat's like terrible right here. The shaft on this thing's thinner, so you can't switch. You can't put that shaft into here. This shaft has its own shaft, and it's not, you can't take this seat off this Rad shaft either. I'll show you guys. See this design right here? You can't change this. I mean, you probably could if you'd pull this off, but you know, that's the way it is. Can't do it. And I have it all the way down because it's my girlfriend's. And then this thing right here, I have the comfort package. It's like 90 bucks. Don't get the comfort package. I mean, you could get it, but I'm not sure with this gel seat you really don't need it that much. It does come down and up a little bit. You have that little thing, but you can see it's not that comfort. But with that seat you really don't need it. And shocks, we talked about those. Tires, nub tires, flat tires. These have the little small nub tires, not the big nub tires. I used to on with these tires, going on the beach kind of difficult. Hard packed sands, okay. Starboard bow, there you go. Lectric, Lectric, or the Rad. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I like my electric bike. I like the Rad for some reason, but if I had the choice, I'd have, I think right now my own pick is Lectric, Lectric. Love the customer service. I just like it because it seems like a bigger bike than the Rad. The Rad, like I said, was very comfortable braking. The seat is obviously not going to happen. I can always change the seat, but I'm going to stick with the Lectric, Lectric. You make your choice, though. They're all out there. You'll see people driving Lectric. What I recommend you do is stop that person. Say, what do you like about the Lectric? Or what do you like about the Rad? There you go, Lectric or Rad. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking, and please do me a favor, comment on the videos. Let me know what you think, and then I'll put the description and locations for each one of the bikes in the description in this video. Thanks again, and have a great day.